So YouTube, you're going to be seeing more videos from me, at least as long as TikTok is around. I don't post on YouTube anymore because I look my age and I don't like how I look. But when I use TikTok, I could use filters, which gives me a slightly more youthful aspect. Um, we are under attack, and this is just not some conspiracy theory. TikTok is now silencing us when we try to warn other Americans about what is happening to this country. The Heritage Foundation has come up with this thing called Project 2025, which is basically their plan to make the United States a Christian nation by force. Think Gilead. Think The Handmaid's Tale. And before you celebrate Christians, consider this. Right now, there's over 2,000 modern day interpretations of Christianity. Under this new regime, there would be one acceptable interpretation. And if yours does not fit into that interpretation, you can also be possibly swinging from a tree. It's an extremist version of Christianity. There will be no love. There will be no acceptance. There will be no tolerance. There will be hatred. There will be brutality, and there will be cruelty. There will be people literally dying. Project 2025 wants to get rid of all the rights of women, including the right for higher education, the right to vote, the right to own property. As a single older woman with no family, I face homelessness if this thing goes into effect. I face losing all my animals, which are my family, if this thing goes into effect. If younger women, if you will have no choice. If you're not part of a nuclear family, yeah, they won't like you very much. If you're not producing babies, they will not like you very much. If you're gay, your life will be at risk, high risk. If you're trans, same. If you're homeless, same. If you're an atheist, same. The MAGA Republicans are wanting to implement Project 2025 the very moment Trump steps into office. They're actually right now in the process of doing it. That's what this full immunity for president thing is all about. It's a building block preparing for Project 2025 to go into effect. Making homelessness illegal is another one. Taking away Roe v. Wade is another one. They are actually in the process now of implementing Project 2025. If Trump loses in November, the threat is not gone. They will simply bide their time until the next Republican who is running for president. And the moment another Republican steps into the Oval Office, this country's democracy will topple, and our U.S. Constitution will be shredded to bits. And this will be a theocracy. Not like a happy land, but with religious police patrolling the streets, arresting people who are not dressing correctly. Women, I'm talking about you. Yes, there will be a dress code. Yes, there will be limitations on what amount of skin you can show. Will women be allowed to drink alcohol? Will women be allowed to drink coffee? Will women be allowed to drive cars? Will women be allowed to ride bicycles? These are all questions. Because when you think about patriarchal cults taking over governments, you have to think about how women live in countries like Afghanistan, Iran, Saudi Arabia. Because that's the kind of thing we would see if a patriarchal cult called Christianity makes this into a Christian nation, which is something our founding fathers never wanted to see happen. They fled governments that were controlled by Christianity, literally fled those governments and set up a country here with protections of separation of church and state to ensure it never happens here. But now they are taking down separation of church and state. They are ignoring it. They are choosing to ignore that. And they are trying to take over our country from within. The only way we can stop them, whether or not you like Joe Biden, he is the only one standing in the way between this country as it exists now and this country being a theocracy like you see in The Handmaid's Tale. And I heard one of them say it's actually going to be worse than Gilead in this country.